Hi everyone, and welcome to Healthy Bites. Healthy Bites is a collaboration between Nevada County Media and Nevada County Public Health. My name is Shauna Schultz, and I will be your host. And I am a registered dietitian and nutrition educator with CalFresh Healthy Living. And CalFresh Healthy Living provides nutrition and physical education activity in the community. And I'm really excited today to be able to show you a recipe that is healthy, it's tasty, it's very easy to make, and it's affordable. So in today's episode, we will be making a soup. It's been chilly out there, and so it's kind of soup season right now. And so we'll be making a tomato white bean soup, and I think you'll be amazed at how easy it is to put this together. Really excited to show you how to do it. And you can find all of our recipes on eatfresh.org. Great place to browse for healthy, affordable recipes. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, we're making a tomato white bean soup, and our ingredients are very simple. We have some fire roasted diced tomatoes, which were canned, about a 28 ounce can. We have some tomato juice on hand in case we need it to thin out the soup. We have a can of white beans that have been drained and rinsed. And then we have some garlic, a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to finish it off with some horseradish just to give it like a little spice. So the first thing that we want to do is we're going to saute some garlic. So in our saucepan here, we'll add just a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And then for garlic, we are using about 3 to 4 cloves. These were kind of bigger cloves, so I'm going to be using 3 today. I have the skins peeled off of 2 of the cloves. And for the third one, if you haven't seen this trick before, this is just a really easy way to get that papery skin off of the garlic clove. You can just take a knife, put it flat side down, and then you just pound it down, and that loosens up the skin, and it comes off really nice and easy. And it feels good if you're a little stressed that day. You can just pound it down. Instead of chopping or mincing would be absolutely fine, but I'm going to use a garlic press. I really like this tool. It's very easy to use and just easy to get that garlic in a very almost like fine paste. And they're really inexpensive to purchase as well. So you can usually fit about 1 clove at a time, and then we just press it down and we can scrape it off. And then sometimes we have some that's left over, and I just try to get off as much as I can. We'll do that with our second clove. Put that in. Now it smells nice and fragrant in here. And then our last clove, we'll get that into the pan. And we're about ready to saute. So I have the heat on medium heat right now. So it's not going to take very long for this garlic to be ready. And you do want to be mindful when it's cooking, because there's nothing worse than accidentally burning your garlic. Then you have to start all over again. So when you can see it sizzling a little bit and when it's really fragrant, then your garlic is ready. So that should happen here in just a bit. And while we have the garlic on the heat, we can get started with getting everything into our blender. And that's how simple this recipe is. And I don't know about you, but I love tomato soup during the winter. It pairs really well with grilled cheese, and just has this coziness, and it's kind of nostalgic. So very easy to put together, so you don't have to always go buy a boxed version or a canned version, which can be high in sodium. This way you have control over what you're putting into it. So into our blender, we'll add our tomatoes. These are just canned diced tomatoes, 28 ounces. And I chose fire roasted just because I like that smoky flavor that it lends, but you could use any kind of canned tomato, or you could even just roast your own tomatoes at home as well and use those in place of the canned tomatoes. All right, so that's in. And then next to our blender, we will add some white beans. So this was just 1 can of white beans. These are cannellini beans. They're drained and rinsed. If you cook your own beans at home, it's about 1.5 cups. And we're going to add those to our blender. Now the white beans, they add a creaminess, and they also add some nutrition. They're adding some fiber, and they're adding a nice source of protein as well. And it's really easy to disguise in your soup. So if you're trying to get more protein into your diet, or maybe your kids' diet, this is a really easy way to do it. All right, and our garlic is ready. So I'm just gonna take that off the burner so it doesn't burn. And we are going to blend our tomato white bean mixture. Right. So this will only take a few seconds. Just like that, it's done. And I'm just gonna check the consistency. I also have a little tomato juice over here, just in case we wanted to thin this out a little bit. And that can totally be a preference type of thing. So some people might like a thinner soup, some people might like a soup that's a little more creamy. We can see the consistency here. I think I'll just add like a little bit of the tomato juice. You could also use broth, and that would be fine as well. And we'll give it a quick blend, and then we're going to get everything back into the pot to warm up. All right. I think it looks fabulous. So we'll add everything to our pot here. And once we have everything into our pot, we can put it back on the heat. And we can turn the heat up a little so that it heats up. We'll give it a good stir. There's so many things that you could also add into this soup, flavor-wise if you wanted to. Fresh herbs, dried herbs, chili flakes, any of those would be wonderful. But we're going to add maybe about like a tablespoon or 2 of this creamy horseradish, and it'll just give it a little kick. And then we'll add some black pepper as well. Just to your taste or your liking is fine. You can also taste for salt and see if it needs any salt, but the canned tomatoes did have sodium in them, and so does the tomato juice, so probably really shouldn't need any of that. And we'll give it a good stir just so the horseradish is incorporated. And that is how we make this soup. Super, super easy. When we're done, we can just ladle it into our bowl. I might sprinkle this with some fresh herbs at home. You could add some Parmesan cheese, a sprinkle of mozzarella. Options are endless. But again, this is our tomato white bean soup. I hope that you get to enjoy this at home. And again, you can find this recipe on eatfresh.org along with lots of other healthy recipes. And thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.